I recently heard one of the top eCom influencers, whom I'm a fan of by the way, say a false statement. That an eCom store, mainly private labeling, needs around $50,000 to start. Is that correct? Or does it need less? More? Well, I've started 8 brands in my career so far, and I've helped over 30 clients to directly launch. And my coaching program now has 2,400 students with over 1,100 who officially launched. And all of them, including me, have started with different budgets and strategies. So how much do you need to start a solid, scalable, private labeling business, especially in the Middle East? I'll give you the answer with a full cost breakdown in this video. So, by the end of the video, I'm gonna show you 3 case scenarios: the lowest, the average, or the highest you might pay for. But as for the cost breakdown example, I'm going to go for the average. Starting with the very first formula, the inventory cost. Product cost times MOQ. How much does the product cost per unit versus the minimum order quantity? And let's say this product is for $3, for example, and the MOQ is 100. This means your minimum order quantity price is $300. On average, with the strategies I teach my students, we usually look for products below $10. So let's say an average of $5 private labeled product with an average MOQ of 100. That's $500. But I recommend, if you've done your homework correctly and your product shows that it's a potential winner, you can start with 300 units minimum. But it definitely has to do with the price as well. So let's allocate $5 times 300 equals to $1,500. And then comes the shipping cost. Usually, you can ship in 2 ways. Either by plane, which has an average of $10 per kilogram, or by sea, which has an average of $200 to $400 per CBM. With your first MOQ, you wouldn't need more than 1 CBM. So that's $350, let's say. So now we're at $1,850. Now you have the branding and packaging design. Worst case is you do it for free on all the AI tools available. I'll add some in the description below. Average case is you pay a good freelancer to do them. Like for example, our dedicated freelancer in the engine charges around $300 per project. The highest case scenario is paying a fully fledged agency around $1,500. So we're taking the average now, which makes the total $2,150. Now you need to store the products. You can do this with a fulfillment center, your own rented warehouse, or as a start, exactly how I started, by storing them at my house. So that's close to $0. Then comes the price of doing a website. You can either do it alone on Shopify, the same way I teach my students, which is for free, or you can hire an agency for almost $3,000, or you can hire a freelancer for $300. Now, I'll also go with the average as mentioned, which is $300. But no matter what way you do, make sure to use the link below to benefit from the $1 per month Shopify subscription instead of $39 per month for the first 3 months. So now we're at $2,450. Of course, you need at least one professional shoot. But thanks to the internet and how attracted the consumer behavior is to UGC videos, it made it much easier for you to create content from your phone. But let me allocate $300 for this, for a professional website photo shoot and at least one professional video, which now makes the total at $2,750. And definitely, you might bump through extra costs, but those are the average ones. And knowing that you can always find a way to decrease your costs at first without hurting the quality of your brand. But let's add the extra subscription costs, the domains, emails, and support number, and everything else into $250. This would take us up to $3,000. Now, for the legal cost. Yes, you need to register a business to be able to operate, but there are thousands of options. But for example, Blibnain, you can start by delaying this step. Since the products are coming in door to door, plus you do not need a payment gateway, so you can actually sell your first batch of products without fully incorporating your business. But this is not a financial or legal advice. You definitely have to register a business to operate if you have the budget for it. If not, and your product doesn't need any extra layer of registration or health ministries, then you can find your way out at first. As for Dubai, for example, you need around $2,000 to register your business in a free zone. I've given my students over 4 very affordable options, which all average to around $2,000. And then finally is the marketing cost. I'll say it as straightforward as possible. The lowest cost to start is $0 by working your ass off on organic if you don't have the budget for it. Average cost is $900 first month with $30 a day, and the highest cost is $5,000 plus for the first month. So now, the moment you've been waiting for. How much does it cost to start a super solid and scalable private labeling business? The lowest case scenario is between $800 to $1,500. The average case scenario is between $3,000 to $4,000 plus the legal fees. And the highest case scenario is anything above $6,000. Now, some people might ask, isn't it smarter to just start a dropshipping business for probably $100? Of course not. Because if you just want to follow the cheaper and easier way, everyone would have either gotten a job or sold water bottles. But there's a reason why there are businesses that make millions of dollars every single month, yet very few would get into them because they need a large capital and a high risk. I firmly believe a private labeling e-com brand is one of the best scalable investments you can ever make. Since you control the outcome of the business. 2, you own something in your hands, which worst case scenario, if things go wrong, you can just resell them. 3, you're not entering a price-oriented competition where the cheaper option always wins. And 4, margins are insanely big. I once actually had a solid business that the cost per unit was at $8 and we used to sell it for $69.99. You can check the full case study of how we took it to over $1 million in 1 year in the description below. And the list goes on and on. And you can actually check a full 10-minute video where I go into depth of the dropshipping versus private labeling debate. I put the link down below as well. But the smart move when investing this money into a private labeling brand is to invest them the right way on the business and taking the right decision. That's why over 2,400 people have trusted me to mentor and guide them through their e-com business journey to decrease the risk of it failing. Out of the 2,400 students, 1,000 have actually started, hundreds have crossed the 6-figure mark, and potential $1 million businesses are taking over the Middle East. If you're interested to learn more and see if we can potentially work together and help you start, then watch the free training in the description below or book a call with one of my team experts and they will assist you. Until next time, may the engine be with you.